Happy evening. How are you all today? Please respond in the chat box. The team Holistic Pregnancy welcomes you all for this evening of the very first live webinar, Ask Geeta of Holistic Pregnancy. We shall wait for another 1 minute for people to join in, and then we will move forward. In case you want to ask any questions, you can use this Slido link to post your question. And before we begin with our webinar, I would request you all to have a notepad and a pen ready with you in case you want to make notes or write down something, some points you want to make a note. So it will be handy with you. So the Slido link is given in the chat box. In case you have any questions, you can use this link and post your questions. So since the majority of them will be knowing English, so my conversation will be in English, but it will be very easy to understand. So don't worry, Shweta. So here we go. Happy evening once again. This is Geeta Bafna from Holistic Pregnancy Building Conscious Humanity. A little about myself. This is Geeta Bafna from Holistic Pregnancy. I am the directress of V School and Holistic Pregnancy. I'm also a counselor. I love to counsel and help people, especially parents of young children. I'm practicing yoga from last 20 years and I can vouch for yoga, and meditation is a dinacharya in my life. I love to listen to music and I love to be around children. Now, what is this V School and what is Holistic Pregnancy? We will go in detail. V School is a Montessori house of children in Bangalore, founded in the year 2015. The V in V School stands for values, vision, and virtues. V School follows and applies the principles of Dr. Maria Montessori. And the sole objective of starting V School is every child should say, "Mujhe ghar nahi jana hai, V School mein rehna hai." That means they should long for a Monday. And they should feel that I do not want to go home and I want to be in V School. What is holistic pregnancy? Holistic pregnancy is the womb education. It's a way of educating your womb, your child in the womb. It's a guide. It's a tool to make your pregnancy even more essential. And what do we do in holistic pregnancy? We educate the pregnant woman to have a very normal delivery, a very peaceful and a very healthy pregnancy, and a very normal delivery. We educate people on various topics like preconception, conscious conception, pregnancy, prenatal bonding, prenatal memory, baby proofing, and many more topics which are relevant to pregnancy. Now, why did we choose holistic pregnancy? Let's understand that pregnancy is a very important phase of a woman's life, because it is during this pregnancy an all-round development of the fetus is possible. Whatever you want to, build in the fetus or in your child in the womb, everything is possible only in this pregnancy phase. Be it the intelligence quotient, that is the IQ, the emotional quotient, the EQ, or the spiritual quotient, the SQ. Everything can be developed during these 9 months of pregnancy. This is the only time when the mother and child are together for the entire 9 minutes, every moment, every second. And the child is absorbing everything the mother gives the child, 100% without any distraction. So this is the best time where you can give an all-round development of your child. And that's why we choose holistic pregnancy. The child inside the mother's womb is like a clay. So, and you are the potter. How you want to mold your child is in your hands. Once the child or the clay dries up, I mean, the pregnancy phase is over, no more changes is possible. I've always pondered upon a quote: what kind of a world we are leaving behind for our children? But more important to consider is what kind of children we are leaving behind for this world. Holistic pregnancy is that value addition to your pregnancy period, is that guide, is that tool so that you have a wonderful, beautiful pregnancy. Now you can, for more information, you can reach out to our social media. We are on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and we've got our website. So for more information on pregnancy and related to pregnancy, you can log into any of these social media handles. Now let's move forward. Before I start, I would request once again everyone to have a notepad and a paper, or a pen or a pencil to note down things. And please use the Slido box, the link, to post your queries. Now, of all the queries that I received, about 30% of the queries are on infertility. So let's first address that. I will read the questions and then give my answer. Afrin Hassanji says, I think I have problem in getting pregnant. What can I do for conceiving? There's Ms. Geetika who wants to know, me and my husband both are diabetic. All the infertility reports are normal. I want to conceive and I'm trying for conceiving for last 2 years, but I'm not able to. Payal says she wants to conceive, please help. Shalini asks, can we do yoga while trying for pregnancy? And what foods to eat while trying for pregnancy? We are trying a lot, but not able to conceive. Please suggest, ask Priya. Now, let's first understand what are the causes of infertility. My first and foremost learning is flow with the flow. There is a particular age where a boy or a girl should get married. See, it's generally believed that the age of marriage for the girls is around 21 to 23 years of age. But in today's world, if you get to see, children are smart, they are intelligent, they always want to, pursue higher studies, or they want to work and get experience, so they want to delay their marriage. And there is a particular time or a favorable time for the married couple to have their first child. So when I'm talking about the age of marriage, so if a woman is married at the age of, or a girl is married at the age of 21, so one and a half, maximum 2 years of after their marriage, they should actually plan for a baby. But in today's scenario, what we get to see is once they are married, they are very clear in their mind, at least till 5 years, they are not thinking of a child. Why is it so? What do they have in their minds? They feel that if they get pregnant, they will have to quit their job, or they cannot continue with their career, or they feel that their looks might change, or their body, they might not get back to their body shape. We don't know what's there in their mind, or they might feel, like becoming parents is a huge responsibility. So they feel they are still not ready for taking up that responsibility. And so what they do, they want to delay. When you are not flowing with the flow, when you obstruct the flow, then comes the problems. So always remember, please flow with the flow. Do not try to obstruct the flow. That's, according to me, that's one major cause for infertility. The second being, it's rare that the first sexual experience is post-marriage. The body has gone through several rounds of discharge before the bodies meet for creation. And that's true. And because of that, there are problems of infertility. Also, when the woman the man and they get married, and because they don't want to get pregnant now, or they don't want a child now, what generally a woman does is she swallows contraceptives, to delay the pregnancy or to not become pregnant. So that, weakens the uterus of a woman. You should understand, if you don't want the baby now, there is a time, when if you can refrain from having intercourse, or, if you can refrain those days and stay away from it, then you are sure you will not get pregnant. But instead of refraining, they take contraceptives, and these weakens the uterus, and that becomes the cause for infertility. And chemicals all around, whether the things that you use on your body, or what is used on the body, or what goes inside the body, everything is chemical loaded. The food that you eat, the creams and the lotions and the shampoos that you use, everything is, chemical added. And these chemicals are a cause of infertility. Now, all these may look very small a problem, but they are surely the causes of infertility. Now, let's understand what should we do, and a little more understanding about this pregnancy, and how to plan about it. Now, a crop, if we have to sow a crop or a seed, what are the things that we should consider? The first is the crop itself, because a single crop cannot be used for any season, because every crop has got its particular season. So the first and the foremost is the season. The second is the fertile land, because if the land is not fertile, however best seed, the quality of the seed you use, you will not get the required or the expected yield. So the land has to be fertile. The third one is the seed. The seed that you use has to be the best quality seed. And of course, the fertilizers that you use, and regularly you need to water. That is the basic understanding, and I'm sure everyone must be knowing about this. Now let's, relate this to the pregnancy matter. Now, to conceive a child, what are the four main factors? The four main factors are Ritu, Kshetra, Ambu, and Beach. What is Ritu? The season. There is a time, a proper time for conceiving. After the menstruation cycle, from the 5th day to the 16th day, leaving the 11th and the 13th day is the right time for conception. I'll repeat, after the menstruation cycle, the 5th day to 16th day, excluding the 11th and the 13th day, is the right time for conception. So in case you try, if in case you are planning for conception, if you try during this period, you are sure to get a positive result. So that is the Ritu. The second one is Kshetra. What is Kshetra? The womb, the uterus, because this is the life creating organ. This is the place where the sperm and the ovum unite. So how should the land be? The land should be fertile, right? In the same way, your womb should be clean. The womb should be free of all the toxins. So before we plan for conception, you have to work on removing all the waste. You have to work on removing all the toxins from your body, because that's the place where the soul is going to descend. That's the place where your child is going to have a life. So when that place, the uterus or the womb or the life-creating organ is full of toxins, not ready to invoke the soul, then that's not possible. So a proper cleansing is a must. The third one is the Ambu. Ambu denotes, here it's the diet. It all depends on what kind of diet you are having. It's not that when you get pregnant, you have to start having a very good, nutritious diet from the time you are planning, in fact. Because we are all into the habit of having junk food. We think, okay, now it's the time to have junk food. When we plan for a baby or when we have a baby, you will want to inculcate all the good things in the baby. But first, correct yourself. If you are on the right track, it will become easy for your child also to follow your footsteps. So check what you're eating. Always remember to have lots of fruits and vegetables, have in the form of smoothies or salads, have lots of greens. What you're not supposed to be eating, you should not be having in your diet. So take care of your diet. And the last one is Bij. Bij means seed. Here, seed means the male sperm and the ovum, woman's ovum. Both should be of good quality. Again, the thing which I said is, if before marriage, if there is a lot of discharge, then that the count of the sperm becomes low. You need to have a proper sperm count. And also the egg or the ovum should be of very high quality, good quality, and the size of it and delay in release, all these causes infertility. So only thing which I will say is you have to do a proper planning, because pregnancy is like an examination. In order to, win in flying colors, or, what you do for exams, you prepare well. In the same way, you have to prepare very nicely before you plan for a baby. You have to prepare your body, your mind, and your soul before you plan for a baby. I would request you, if you have any queries, please don't put it in the chat box. Use the Slido link and post your queries there. Thank you. Ms. Juhi wants to know, and she writes, my husband and his family forced me to have baby. I was not ready. Now, when I am pregnant, I don't feel emotionally connected to anyone, not even to the baby inside me. Is there anything to change my state of mind? I feel stressed and sad. Juhi, the first and the foremost thing I want to tell you is, there are so many questions that I get that I want to get pregnant and I'm not able to conceive. They are trying for last 2 years or 5 years. Here you are, Juhi. You have your baby inside your womb. Please don't get stressed. Take it as a blessing, because motherhood is a blessing. Becoming pregnant is a blessing. So if you take it as a blessing, all the stress will go away. Having said that, I would also want to tell you that pregnancy should be by choice and not by chance. You need to desire for a baby. Without your desire, it's not going to be a healthy pregnancy at all. You cannot say that the family forced or the friends forced. You need to desire for the baby. Now, you're already pregnant. So what can you do? You can change your mental state, the way you think, the way you feel, because what you think, what you act, what your emotions are going to affect the baby. Listen to some subtle music that's going to calm your mind. So listening to music should be the one best option you should start, I think, from today. Practice deep breathing exercises, because when you are deep breathing, you are aware of your breath, and that helps to calm your mind. See, the basic thing you have to understand is how you can calm your mind. How can you change the confusion going inside your mind, and how can you be peaceful, and how can you connect with your baby? That you have to see. So do all the things that will help you to become calm and peaceful. You can also, chant mantra, because when you chant mantra, you will see the frequency of the thoughts will reduce. So any mantra of your religion or as simple as Om chanting will also help. Practice yoga, because yoga not only helps you physically, but it helps you emotionally also. Meditation, again, that will help to calm your mind. Why don't you try some nature walks, be with the nature, and inhale that fresh air, fresh oxygen. That's going to help you a lot. Also, I have personally tried it. Mandala art, when you are into mandala art, you forget everything. That's a form of a stress buster. So you can check for outlines of mandala art in Google. You can download them, and you can put some subtle music in the background and sit and do this mandala art. You will definitely find the way you feel. Another way is journaling. That's actually a best thing every pregnant woman should inculcate in their dinacharya, because there are many things running in the mind, and not everything you can share it with your family. So the best thing is you write down, you pen it down, all your emotions, all the feelings, or all whatever is going through inside your mind. If you can just pen down everything, you will feel that it's no more there inside you. You have already put it in the paper. So you will feel a much even more lighter. So try journaling it. Also ensure that you get good amount of sleep, because that is essential. Minimum 8 to 9 hours of good amount of sleep. In the afternoon, take a short nap, but in the night, ensure that you get a quality sleep. So please change that mental state and think that it's a blessing. Try to bond with your child. Try to talk a lot with your child. You will get connected to your child, and you will feel very happy about it. Before I proceed further, I just want to ask if you are all with me and are able to understand what I'm talking. If yes, can you please put yes in the chat box? Good, good. Okay. So please use the Slido to post your queries. And I have received one or two here. I will finish the queries that I have, and if there is enough time, I will definitely address. Otherwise, we'll be having webinars quite often. So I will definitely be in touch with you. This is just a beginning. Also, you can email your queries to me. So I will reply, or I can get in touch with you. Ms. Shweta wants to know, and she writes, I'm 3 months pregnant, and why I don't feel happy with my surroundings. I feel depressed sometimes, and every day I get the feeling of going to my mother's home. Why? Shweta, mood swings, emotional ups and downs is very common during pregnancy. It's okay. Sometimes you feel a little sad, you feel like crying. It's absolutely fine. Do not do not suppress those feelings. You want to cry it out, it's okay. You want to yell at someone, just yell it out. Let that emotion come out. You know why? Because the time when we are not pregnant, the menstrual cycle is not only, apart from the other release, it's an emotional release. So when you're pregnant, that is not happening. So these emotions are inside you, and they want to find a way, to be out. And that's why initial period of pregnancy, you get these mood swings, and you feel very sad and depressed, and you don't feel like doing anything. That's absolutely fine. That is normal during pregnancy. Don't worry about it. Just give some time and everything should be fine. But what I get to understand from your question is you always feel like going to your mother's home. That means you're not feeling secure in your environment. When someone is not feeling secure, you have to feel secure. And mother is someone where you will be 100%, you feel that security any moment or any point of your life. And that's why you want to go back to your mother. So what you can do, see, if your mother is in the same city or same place where you're staying, you can very often go and meet. But then if your mother is not in the same place where you are staying, that's not possible, right, Shweta? So what you can do is, try talking to your family members. I think they should understand, because people require reminders. So try talking to your family members, and try to explain them that what you are going through. Tell them that you are carrying their child. So ask them to treat you as a child first. Ask them to give that protective love. Ask them to give that, the security. And then you will feel even more loved, and you will not have a feeling, to go back to your mother. So try talking to your family members. I'm sure they will understand. And family support is very important during this pregnancy phase. Always remember one thing: when you are feeling, say, you feel secured when you are with your mother, what you should try is, you should try sleeping on the floor. You will wonder, sleeping on the floor, how it is connected to feeling secure. See, the floor or the ground is Mother Earth. That is your mother's mother. So when you try sleeping on the floor, you feel protected. You feel, secure, because this is what we are experiencing and we are practicing in our life. So I think you should try that. You will feel a little secure, and you will like it. So try all these tips, Shweta, and I'm sure you should be fine. Pallavi is asking, what is the right time to start exercising? I'm 22 and 11 weeks pregnant. What steps to be followed to have a vaginal birth? Please mention some tips to prevent stretch marks. Pallavi, yoga is very safe. Yoga during pregnancy helps you a lot. But I will also want to say that if yoga is still not a part of your life, that means you are not into the habit of doing yoga even before your pregnancy, then I think you should hold on for some time and try practicing yoga at least in the second trimester, after the second trimester. But if you have the habit of practicing yoga, I think yoga is absolutely safe. But remember to practice yoga in front or with the help of a certified yoga trainer. The second thing is, for happy and a peaceful delivery, is the physical and the mental preparation. These two are very important. What is the physical preparation? Do a lot of household work. Because nowadays what we feel is, if we go for a doctor's checkup, the doctor immediately will say, take bed rest. I think that's not going to help you. In case there are any medical conditions of your body or something, then fine. But according to me, doing the normal household work is actually going to take care about the kind of pregnancy you have. Try to walk a lot. your breathing exercises, the yoga which I have mentioned, and see if you can sit on the floor as much as possible. Sitting on the floor, what happens is the pelvic floor muscles are strengthened, and that is what you want for your delivery, for the normal delivery. So if you can take care of all these, the physical part, I think that is going to be very helpful. And about the mental preparation is, you need to have a positive attitude. You need to be confident enough. What I generally tell people is, when you prepare your birthing bag just before delivery, you prepare your birthing bag and put everything, whatever will be required in the bag. What I suggest people is, yes, you have to put everything, but along with that, put a lot of confidence, because that is very important for your pregnancy. If you are mentally confident, if you are mentally positive, then you're sure to have a very normal, safe delivery. So that is very important. The positive attitude that you're going to have, the confidence that you are going to build in yourself, that is very important. And the foremost and the main thing is the support from your family. That is very important, because everybody understands that pregnancy is a time where there's a roller coaster of emotions, and the kind of support you get from your family, nothing like it. Neetu is asking, I'm 7 weeks pregnant. I'm tensed whether I have got my baby's heartbeat. I have no pregnancy symptoms except stomach pain, which come and go. Is it a healthy pregnancy? Don't worry, Neetu. Baby's heart forms in the 3rd week. You will surely be able to listen to the heartbeat. Please don't worry about it. And what are the symptoms for pregnancy? Which are formed, I mean, during the first trimester, we generally get to see, pregnant women get to have this nausea, or, they feel very drowsy. Sometimes they have mild fever also, or they feel very restless, and discomfort sometimes in the heart region, and they don't like the smell or fragrance. So these are the common symptoms. That doesn't mean that every pregnant woman should have these symptoms. 1 or 2 of these you might have, but there are cases where they don't have any of these symptoms. So it's absolutely fine, and it's a healthy pregnancy. Don't worry about it. I just want to know, are there any to-be fathers in this webinar? If yes, can you please say yes in the chat? Participants, I would again like to tell you that for more information on pregnancy, about planning, about delivery, about everything related to pregnancy, please look at our YouTube channel for more information. And also we have our blogs where you can read and understand so many things about pregnancy. Jayapriya is asking whether underweight like 32 kgs is problem for baby. Jayapriya, mother's weight has a direct influence on baby's weight. I'm sure you would agree that 32 kgs is way too low. So in case you're already pregnant, please take care about your health. Okay, see to it that you put on a little weight, because mother with underweight, I mean, underweight women or mother with low weight are sure to give birth to small babies or tiny babies. So please work on that aspect and then take care of your health. Rohini is saying, I'm 3 months pregnant. At 10th week, I caught cold and cough, due to which my stomach and abdomen was paining. Doctor gave me Augmentin 625 tablet and some other tablet. Now cold is gone, but cough is still there. Does cough and cold affect fetus or cause silent abortion? Rohini, don't worry. Cold and cough in pregnancy is not going to affect your fetus. But at the same time, I would like to tell you that as far as possible, stay away from antibiotics. Please don't have these chemicals go inside, because that is going to affect your fetus as well. For these simple things like cold and cough, I think, why don't you try some natural remedies? Taking steam is going to definitely help you to reduce your cold. And if you can, grate some ginger and boil it in water, add a pinch of turmeric and pepper, and make it as a tea, and sip that tea, so that you will find your cough will definitely reduce. So try these home remedies, that gharelu nuskas that you say. Try these, the natural remedies, and avoid taking antibiotics as much as possible. I think that should be fine. And don't worry, it's not going to affect your baby inside. Sandeep Kaur wants to know, pain in back and right side of lower part in 7 months. Is it normal? Please try to understand. When you are carrying your baby inside your womb, and as the time progresses in pregnancy, first trimester goes to second and the third, the baby inside grows. It increases in size. And what happens when the baby increases in size? It shows that effect in your spine and your back. Of course, right? And that's the reason where you have this, back pain, and the spine, the lower back, and your legs will pain. That's because the size inside is increasing, and that has a direct impact on that. So how can you relieve that back pain? Is doing few yoga asanas, again, with the help of a certified yoga trainer, that will relieve that back pain of yours. Some massage, a very light massage on your back, that will have a very quick relief to that pain. Your footwear plays a major role, because you have to wear comfortable shoes and avoid wearing heels. Even in general, it is said that you're not supposed to be wearing heels, but in pregnancy, during pregnancy, please avoid wearing heels. Do not wear heels. And actually, that's an investment. When you are going to buy your footwear, that's an investment. We should not think that, okay, I'm spending so much for my shoes. That's an investment, because if you don't have a proper footwear, that is going to affect your back and your spine. So during pregnancy, please ensure that you invest in a good quality of footwear. And you should practice good posture. That is very important. Always be conscious of how you're sitting, how you are standing, whether you are standing on one leg, or are both your feet together, landed on the floor, and how you're sitting. When you're sitting, are you sitting straight? All these. So you have to be aware of your posture. And when you have to bend and lift something, there's a way. You cannot bend yourself, but you have to squat. You have to come down, bend your knees, pick the thing that you have to pick, and then stand up. So all these are small little things which will take care that your pain in your back and your spine is taken care of. And one more thing, during pregnancy, you have to take in mind is you have to sleep onto your left. Sleeping on the left is the best side, but you have to always sleep on this side. Don't sleep straight, sleep on this side. I think these things, and that's a common thing, the pain, but yeah, you can do these things to relieve the pain. Jagjit writes, I'm 8 months pregnant and I stressed a lot during my pregnancy. I also cried due to some circumstances. But now I'm worried about the mind development of my baby. Will my stress level affect on my baby's mind? Please understand, during pregnancy, the food that you eat forms the body of the child. And the thoughts, the feelings that you have during pregnancy forms the mind of your child. If you are anxious, if you are worried, that will have an effect on your baby. And that will lead to preterm delivery or a very low birth weight of the baby. If you are joyful, if you are peaceful, if you are calm during your pregnancy, happy hormones are released, endorphins are released, and that will have a very positive effect on the fetus, on your baby that is growing inside your womb. So even your baby will have a very calm and a peaceful environment to grow inside. So please predetermine your emotion. Tell yourself, come what may, these 9 months, I am with my baby the entire time. So predetermine your emotion saying, I will be happy. If you are happy, your child will be happy. If you are stressed, your child will be stressed. So you decide what emotion do you want to select. And also practice talking to the baby. If you talk to your baby on a regular basis, you will find that connect with your baby. You will find that bonding with your baby. And you will really enjoy these 9 months. Now, I just want to ask you, is it possible that you can talk with your baby when your baby is still inside the womb? What do you think? Can you just write your answer in the chat box, please? Can you talk with your baby when the baby is still inside the womb? Put it in the chat box. Yes, it's possible. You can talk to your baby. Your baby can listen to you. Also, practice affirmations. Practicing positive affirmations will help a lot in, suckling your mind to calm down your mind, to help that stress to go away. So practice affirmations. When you are writing affirmations, please remember that the affirmation should be in present positive tense and make it very short. Of course, meditation and yoga is the answer for all the queries. If meditation and yoga is a part of your dinacharya during these 9 months, then everything is taken care of. So don't worry, please practice these and remember the thoughts, the feelings, the actions, the words that you use during pregnancy have a direct impact on the mind of the baby that is growing inside your womb. Ms. Jyoti Pamnani wants to know the sleeping position during the first trimester of pregnancy. Jyoti, first trimester, actually sleeping any side is fine, but as the pregnancy is, moving forward, sleeping on the left is always recommended. When you are sleeping, you have to sleep with your bent knees, okay? And sleeping on the left is always recommended because that's a very relaxed and a comfortable position to sleep. And it's also safe for the baby. It increases the blood flow inside the baby. And it also, because during pregnancy, you have all these symptoms of heartburn and nausea. So when you're sleeping onto your left, that will ease these symptoms. Saranya wants to know how to stay mentally healthy during pregnancy. Saranya, again, I am telling you, predetermine your emotion. You tell yourself that you want to be happy, peaceful, cheerful, come what may. Whatever will come, it's okay. We will face it. Predetermine. Because we all understand that how we are, the baby will, be the same. So if you are happy mentally, your baby also will be happy. So predetermine your emotion. Enjoy your pregnancy. all the trimesters, every trimester has got a different, there are so many changes happening physically and emotionally. Enjoy it. And especially if you are pregnant the first time, you will have question marks, so many question marks. Oh, next what? Next what? So first thing is, don't have that habit of finding out in Google. Okay, now I'm feeling this. So what does this mean? Stop that. Enjoy the virgin experience. Just flow with the flow. Okay, and do everything that will make you happy. You like singing, sing. You like dancing, yeah, take care of it. You like to do some artwork, do what makes you feel happy. The next one is bonding with your child. That is very important. If you bond with your child, you will feel so happy and you will feel your child is with you. You'll have, actually you will feel that yes, the child at moment is with me, whether inside the womb or not, but you will feel one with your child. So bond with your child. There are so many ways where you can bond. Write a letter to your child who is inside the womb. Actually, you sing to your child, talk with your child, bond. You can find ways to bond with your child. So bonding with your child, that will ensure positive state of mind. Avoid negative birth stories. This is one thing which you have to avoid, because when you go for some function or some gathering or you are calling people home, there will be people who will tell you, oh my God, the labor is going to be so difficult and it will go on for so many days. And my God, after the baby is born, you will not have all this, they will tell you. Okay, avoid them. Please avoid negative people. Please avoid negative talks. And see, you will find a difference in yourself. Surround with people who have come out of this and who have stories to tell you that, yes, we can do it. Okay, so that you have to take. And meditation, yoga, and breathing exercise helps you a lot for your mental state of being. Anjali Rawat wants to know, I'm 3 months pregnant and I have a lot of weakness. What should I do? Get adequate iron, Anjali, because during pregnancy, you require double the amount of iron. And to prevent anemia, you will have to take doses of iron. Through your foods, it should come. Need be, you have to take supplements. But yes, you have to increase the quantity of iron. Iron-rich foods are lentils, kidney beans, soya beans. You have these raisins, you have dates. You can, soak jaggery in water in the night and have it in the morning with a pinch of lemon in it. And you can have dates, you can have carrot beetroot juice. There are so many ways where you can increase your iron intake. Yes, supplements are also required during pregnancy, but see to it that your iron intake is good. That will help you to combat this anemia. When you're having iron-rich food, please ensure that you have vitamin C along with it, like lemon or oranges. So this will help the body to absorb the iron better. So we have Anjali who writes, my husband is full-time busy. He goes for work at 9 and returns only by 9 in the night. And by the time he returns, he's tired. He doesn't have time to be with me and with my baby. I don't know how to tell him. Please suggest. So participants, do you know what is the role of a father? Do you think that a woman is pregnant, so the father's role is equivalent to nil? Do you agree? Or you feel father's role is equally important? What do you feel? Can you please put it in your chat box? Father's role. So I get to see Pranita Rathi is asking a request. Please answer the question from the Slido blogs. Pranita, there is no question of yours. Can you please put it again? Yeah, about the father's role Actually, the role of a father is equal to a role of a mother. Everywhere a father is required, whether it starts from planning, conception, during pregnancy, post delivery. Without the help and support of a father, nothing is possible. When your woman, or if any of the fathers are there in this webinar, it's to you. If your woman is carrying your child, please don't think that it is woman's thing, and just don't feel that, okay, just a question or two to her that, have you eaten your food? How are you feeling today? Is all enough. My dear fathers, you have to play 100% role, because you can connect with your baby. Your baby can actually understand and bond with you from the time the baby is inside the mother's womb. Your wife or your woman requires your support. You have to ensure that the woman of your life who's carrying your child, she's happy all the time. She's cheerful. She feels secure. Whatever she wants or craves for, you will have to see that you fulfill all her desires. Be with her, support her even more, because she requires that support even more now during this. Because we all understand during pregnancy there are mood swings happening. She requires that extra support. So, can you please spare some time now? That's for your wife and for your child. At the time of delivery, the father has to be present to take care, to give that extra push and extra support to that woman who's about to deliver your child. And of course, after the child is born, a single parent cannot bring up a child. It takes both the mother and the father to bring up your child. So a father's role is always required. So there's one more question who wants to know about the healthy eating habit during pregnancy, but there's no name to it. Uh, Healthy eating habit, we have the last 4 minutes to go. I will try and give you a brief answer to it. Healthy eating habit is you should know what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, and how much to eat. If you can answer these 4 questions, I think you got it right. And during pregnancy, what to eat definitely will be from like all the food groups, healthy eating habit, having lots of fruits and vegetables, avoiding junk, try and avoid sugar, all these, the caffeine, the trans fats, the soda, all these has to be avoided. When to eat in, split, don't have that 3 big meals. Instead of having 3 big meals, you can split your meals into 6 smaller meals, so that you can combat that symptom of nausea and heartburn. And in every 2 hours, if you have something, you will feel good. You will also feel a little energetic. So during pregnancy is yes, but if you ask this question, when to eat, to a normal person, I would say only eat when you're hungry. Otherwise, don't keep munching. How to eat? When you sit to eat, first thing you will do is you will close your eyes for a while and express gratitude, because you're getting the food which, so many hands have, the farmers, the people who can transfer the food from one place to another, and the retailers, and everybody are there. So you have to express that gratitude, express the gratitude to God, and chew the food so very nicely. Every bite should be chewed at least 32 times. Make that bite, let that bite become liquid, and then you can just swallow it down. So chewing is very important. Chew your food nicely, and then you will find the digestion happening so very easily. Because one thing about pregnancy is constipation. So if you chew your food, you will find that the constipation problem is not there. Yes, I think that is covered in everything. So Madhuri is asking, I am 8.5 months pregnant, every day getting closer to due date. I'm scared, the fear of pain not keeping me in peace. Madhuri, just think that there is only so much time left where you will be actually skin to skin in touch with your baby. Just have that thought, and I think you'll feel so immediately a smile will blossom from within, okay, and you will feel happy. Again, I would like to tell you that be confident, think positive, talk to your baby. These affirmations help you a lot, and tell yourself that, yes, I can do it. And you will find that your labor will be so very easy. It will be, you will have a very normal delivery. Don't worry about it. So I think we are done. I would request whatever questions have been we have received in the Slido. We will have our webinar. We will get in touch with you and inform you when our next webinar is, and we will surely see to it that we can try as many as possible. Let your questions keep coming, because one thing which is, especially if you're into your first pregnancy, you will have a lot of questions. Even if these questions are very simple to ask, what to wear or what to eat, or now I'm feeling like this, please don't feel that my question is too small or too lame to be asked. You can mail us in our email ID. The email ID is put in the chat box. You can get in touch with us, post your queries. We will find a way to answer those queries. And you can find more information on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and get in touch with us. And this is just a beginning. We will stay connected. You can also subscribe for our free 100 emailers. So once you subscribe for that, you will get 100 emails sent to you from the day you subscribe. So each email will have something or the other, some information about pregnancy and the care for your baby. So stay tuned with us. Any queries, please feel free to reach us. The mail, you can note down, make a note about the mail, the link to the emailers thing, the blogs, the YouTube, everything is there. So be connected, stay with us, and we will be coming with our next webinar very soon. We will keep you informed about it. Have a very positive state of mind. I congratulate you once again, and take care. Thank you so much.